I'm expected to be visible and involved in activities such as resource budget. Generally, funds are not given to buildings or to colleges, they're given to people. Those who are going to contribute to the college want to have that relationship with the people at the college. Before you can fundraise, you have to form those relationships. You have to friend raise, for lack of, to use a trite term. But relationships are what create the contributions to the college, and I feel like I have the skills to do that, and I have done that. You and I have worked together on several opportunities to raise scholarship funds for our students here. And let me say before I go any farther, I'm going to say we, I'm going to say our, when I'm talking about the college here. Whether or not I get the job, it's always going to be we. I'm always going to be part of it. This is our school. So I'm not trying to be presumptuous. I'm just bear with me. Yes, no.
I want to ask you a question that you addressed to the trustees this morning. What do you see your duties for the first 60 days being on campus?
When I attended the community forum, Tom Ramser, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, made an excellent point. He said the new president needs to ensure that he or she communicates with the entire community. This is not Albemarle Community College. This is Stanley Community College. So one of the first things I'm going to do is to visit the city councils, the town councils, and all of the smaller municipalities throughout the community. One of the positions I had years ago was I was responsible for all law enforcement, fire, and EMS training. I can tell you where every volunteer fire department in the county is, and I can tell you the back roads on how to get there. So I have those relationships already with those towns and communities. And I feel like that I can not rebuild those, but enhance those relationships, get back in touch with those folks. So that's one of the first things I want to do. The other thing is, believe it or not, we're going through SACs at Pfeiffer right now. And believe it or not, it's going to be here before we know it. So I need to get up to speed, up to snuff on how we are, where we are here at Stanley, as far as our reaccreditation with SACs. I guess probably the third thing that I intend to do is to meet with you folks, smaller groups, departmentally, individually, however it works best for you. Just so that will give you an opportunity to get to know me a little better, and vice versa. Again, I know most of you, but we've grown so quickly and so much that a lot of new faces out here that I'm not familiar with. So that's what I intend to do.
Dr. Sharples, what is your view on the difference between Con Ed and Creek? Do you see them as two different entities, or do you see them as all one college?
Obviously, it's all one college. They provide different educational opportunities. As I mentioned, I worked in Ed for about 13 years. And in addition to the protective service training, I was responsible for all industrial-based training. So I know how valuable those programs are. You take it into the business, into the industry, and you take your qualified faculty there, and that's where you teach the class. And those things are not heralded. A lot of people don't really know what, the general public may not know what Con Ed does, but I'm telling you, it's extremely important. So I see that this all is the integrated package providing educational opportunities.
I was going to ask, do you see the value in the continuing education?
Certainly do. It fed me and my family for 13 years, so I do, yes.
Yeah, well, I took the program in 1977 myself.
Okay.
Took very good care of me, and that's one reason I'm back here, is to take care of the program.
Good.
In times of decreasing budgets, decreasing benefits, increasing workloads, and limited resources, what do you see your role in creatively supporting your staff and faculty?
That's an excellent question. Money is tight. We know that. Everybody's aware of that. When's the last time you folks had a raise? Yeah, it's been a while. Sure. And when's the last responsibilities were lessened, right, no hands are going to go up on that. You know, we have to be creative, and it's not just me, it's everybody, it's the trustees, it's everybody that works here at the college. One of the president's responsibilities is going to be to ensure that you folks realize and recognize how important what you do is for this community. We can celebrate small successes, we can celebrate big successes. I think if there is a silver lining, and I can't imagine being much of one, in times of economic difficulties, that people tend to pull together maybe a little more because they realize that everybody's going to have to work really hard to continue to accomplish the mission of the institution. I like to think that, you know, one of my strengths is ensuring that the folks with whom I work understand how important what they do is and understand how appreciated what they do is. So that would certainly be one of my main emphases. And to get more money, we have to grow, right? Well, we have to have more students. So, and I know that you guys have been growing for years now, sometimes double-digit enrollment increases. And what that's done is pretty much kept you even, because the state giveth and the state taketh away.
Talk a little bit about some of the things that maybe you gleaned while you were at Pfeiffer, some really useful ideas, strategies that you might pull from there that would work really nicely here, or maybe just some differences that you see.
It is a different world working in the private 4-year venue. I'm here to tell you, it's just so difficult to survive in the private university world right now. It really is. That's why I think it's important for the future of Pfeiffer and for the betterment of our students here that we collaborate to the greatest degree that we possibly can. One of the things that I'm really proud of that I was able to accomplish at Pfeiffer was to establish, but Pfeiffer is now granting to community college transfer students who have a 3.0 GPA and 44 hours completed. They're granted a $10,000 community college transfer scholarship. And while that's going to benefit Pfeiffer, I realize it will, because I know many students, and not just transfer students, but many students here want to transfer to a university, and it's not just the AA or the AS students. CIS, Business Administration, you can go on down the line, students who intend to criminal justice, human services, who want to go on and get a degree. Those students generally want to stay in Stanley County to do that. So by establishing this scholarship, and generally community college students, generally, not always, are going to live at home, which is going to reduce their cost of attendance even more. So the scholarship, coupled with the additional financial aid the normal community college student will receive, it'll be almost a free ride for them. So that's great. That's wonderful for those students. But what it does, what my vision is for that, is that those students can